Pretty nice Tuesday to be a part of, wasn't it? Thank you for being a part of the show on it, and I'm glad as always to have you here with me this evening as we talk about local headlines tonight, including coverage of last night's Sagersville City Council meeting. I will speak with what is, to my knowledge, our first MMA fighter from McGoffin County who is right now fighting out of a camp out of Tucson, Arizona. We'll speak with Mr. Austin Collins in just a few seconds and take a look at his debut fight in the Fly Division in just a few moments. We will talk about some other things. Importantly, we will talk about weather conditions. They're not only beautiful, they're dry and they're windy, and that's causing a lot of problems out there. As you can very well imagine, humidity levels down into the 28th percentile as of right now. That's pretty much where we've been hovering, anywhere from 25 to 35 here on a daily basis now, and that's expected to stay the same for the next few days, and with that, that's causing extreme forest fire hazard conditions. And in fact, National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning for a number of counties in eastern and southeastern Kentucky. Neighboring states are following suit as well. And as well, you may have seen the notice, all hiking trails in Natural Bridge State Park have been closed until further notice because of forest fires there. Almost 50 firefighters from the Division of Forestry today have been on the ground. They and local fire departments responding with multiple engines and aerial resources to a 5-acre fire at Natural Bridge State Resort Park, the nature preserve in Slade, that has closed all trails again to the park for the foreseeable future. The fire started late yesterday. It's located near the Skybridge platform and is burning on state-owned land, which is also a dedicated nature preserve. Once the fire is contained and the spread is stopped, crews will turn their efforts into controlling the fire by extinguishing any smoldering material and reinforcing control lines. The cause under investigation. That's all I have for you at this time on that front. All parking lots in the park, except the lodge parking lot, remain closed to the public. And while there is no current danger to the park's lodge and cottages, it is unknown when the park will be able to open its trails. For more information, you can log on to parks.ky.gov at any time and find out the latest conditions and updates. Kentucky, you're being reminded by the National Weather Service, the Division of Forestry, and others, is still in the spring wildfire hazard season. That doesn't expire until April the 30th, so they're urging everyone to use extreme and great caution when outdoors or when burning debris during this season. During this time, Kentucky law prohibits any person to burn between daylight and dawn, essentially the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. or within 150 feet of any woodland or brushland. So far, the Division of Forestry has responded to 628 wildland fires since January the 1st. While 10% of those wildfires were a result of downed power lines, sparking fires during wind events, the majority of those 628 have been the result of escaping outdoor debris burning and, of course, arson. April is typically a high wildfire occurrence month, and the Kentucky Division of Forestry encourages us all to considering debris burning, to exercise caution to keep people safe and property and forest land undamaged. I'll have your forecast, which has more of that red flag warning for some of those Kentucky counties in just a few moments when I come back. City Council coverage.
Good evening, I'm Catherine Allen.
And I'm Emily Bailey.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about our Gifted and Talented Showcase.
It's this Friday, April the 21st, and it starts at 5:30 p.m.
It's at Sagersville City Park, and we're going to have some beautiful artwork on display. We'll also have some singers and some dancers, and we would love if you guys could come out and join us.
And we want to thank Jerica Conley for all she does for the Gifted and Talented students.
We would also like to thank Mr. Ben Cole for letting us be a part of this program he's doing. And yeah, we'd love if you guys could come out and join us.
2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sagersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more, makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Tired of long-term commitment plans? Then Appalachian Wireless has the new plans for you. No credit check, no contracts, and most of the features are postpaid. It's Forward Pay, the simpler way to do wireless on the region's premier cellular provider, and it starts as low as $19.99 per month for unlimited talk and text. At 5 gigabytes of data for only $29.99 per month, or at 10 gigabytes of data for only $39.99 per month, or go with unlimited data starting at $64.99 per month with 25 gigabytes of high-speed data before being throttled, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau.
As I speak, I have a camera and an operator, to which at the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting for this evening, I'll have a report on that starting on tomorrow's show. Here is coverage of last night's Sagersville City Council meeting for the month of April.
Early on, the council approved previous meeting minutes, one with a correction or amendment to be made, changing the amount of a loan which was recorded in meeting minutes at $35,000, but was actually $37,500 to the Sagersville Waterworks for a term of 6 months to help offset costs for grinder or pump stations for residences. A second reading of an amendment allowing spouses to work for the mayor, which was of course discussed and had a first reading thereof during the last meeting, was approved during the last night's. And the Mountain Parkway Improvement Project was discussed just briefly. Now, this is the project up on Restaurant Row, the Restaurant Row beautification, greeting project, if you will, with all the signage and things that I've covered on numerous occasions. The over $1 million project, just a simple change of the administrator, which had been listed as David Gardner, who is no longer, since the new administration, an employee of the city of Sagersville, changed to Eric Ratliff, who is with the Big Sandy Ad Board. And after that, in some other business, towards the latter part of the meeting, the council and mayor heard from 2 Fox Run residents on Route 40 about the blacktop conditions to the road leading to Fox Run and portions of a building that they consider to be a hazard.
I lived up there almost 20 years, and a road, that's all they've ever done to it is patch potholes. It will not last, and we're asking that it be repaved. I don't know the width of that road. I assume that it's 25 foot probably, and it's a 1-lane road. If we meet anybody, we have to get over in a mud hole to pass it. That's what we have put up with now for about 20 years that I've lived up there. So we're asking that you pave the road and not patch the potholes. Okay, the Roland Conley building, don't know if you're aware of the rear end of it. It's a lot of trash in it, and it's ready to come out into the street. That's our only outlet, and if it does, we can't get out.
And I've been told that there's copperheads in there, the people that live across the ditch, across the road, the copperheads, and it has been over in the yard. And one day I was walking past there, and it was windy, because I take walks in the road there, and this piece of tin blew, and it actually bent. And if it had pulled loose, it could have hit me. And so there is a danger. It's actually falling into the road. It's right at the edge of the road.
It's not garbage coming into the road, it's the actual building.
Yeah, the building,
Okay.
Yeah, but it's filled up with old furniture and I don't know what all.
It's just garbage.
It's really quite an eyesore anyway. As you drive into our neighborhood, you got to pass that. You got to what's the potholes, and we're just asking for some help on this.
After some more discussion, Councilman Paul Montgomery recommended and requested that the city get an estimate on the resurfacing for that street, and it was later decided that the council and mayor would review existing city ordinances which would require cleanup of such buildings or dilapidated structures. And after some more discussion, the meeting was adjourned, and again, McGoffin County Fiscal Court coverage on tomorrow's show. Up next, a lot happening this week on our McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. A couple of reminders. Tomorrow is regular commodity day at the pantry at the Water into Wine facility over at the Lakefront Church of God, 9 to 11. And this Thursday is Senior Commodity Day. They remind everyone that clients on the regular commodity list can only pick up once a month. And also, it is Commodity Day this Thursday at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center, 11 till 2:30. They'll be in the back, outside at the picnic tables, and they desperately need help. They were closed today to take their trip to Camp Nathaniel. That's still on your screen. Disregard. And please stop by and help them this Thursday, if indeed you can at all. Don't forget the Dawkins Line Rail Trail Day celebration coming up this Saturday. Their 10th anniversary already. A full day of rides, hikes, bike rides, horse ride. It's all going to be starting at 9:30. Ronald Reed's having an off-trail horse ride starting at 9:30, a bike ride starting at 10, and a hike starting at 10 as well. Former First Lady Jane Bashir will be there, of course, and that is this Saturday. Bring a chair and come to have a lot of fun. The Autism Awareness Child Abuse Prevention Month walk is slated for this Monday at 6 o'clock. They will leave the Ramey Park and head to the IGA and back in honor of those two very important things. Diabetic Shoe Day coming up at the McGoffin County Health Department. That's next Wednesday, the 26th, from 9 until noon, hosted by Kentucky Home Place. And it's your invitation to come and get fitted and find out more about diabetic shoes. All you need is a prescription from your doctor and your insurance card, and they'll have a certified podorthist there to help you get a correct fit, and they can also help fit you for therapeutic shoes. McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction coming up May the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And don't forget May the 20th, it's the Big Horse Show, sponsored by the Sagersville Masonic Lodge, raising money for the Coach for Kids program, and they're still looking for sponsors for classes. Call Paul Gumby Montgomery if you can help in any form or fashion with a wonderful show and a wonderful cause, and call me or Facebook or email or whatever it takes to get your information to me, your announcement, so I can pass it along. And that includes, of course, birthdays and anniversaries as well. All those can be printed in the Sagersville Independent, but send those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com. A reminder of services to be held Thursday at 1 o'clock for Richard C. R.C. Carty, 90 of Logansport, who passed away on Wednesday. The son of Will and Molly Howard Carty of McGoffin County. He is survived by his wife, Margie. He is as well survived by his son, Marty, stepson, Mike Smith, daughters, Leisha Carty and Ginger Diedrich, brothers Shannon, sisters Dolly Mae Arnott and Theda Salyer. A number of grandchildren and step-grandchildren as well. Local services for R.C. Carty will be held this Thursday morning at the Carty Regular Primitive Baptist Church on Middle Fork. Family and friends can visit the McGoffin County Funeral Home tomorrow evening. In lieu of flowers, they say memorial contributions can be made to the church of your choice. And lastly, 88-year-old Estelle Blanton of Sagersville passed away yesterday evening at the King's Daughters Medical Center. Arrangements incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon through the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
Spring is always the most colorful season of the year at the seasonal shop. Come see for yourself. Gorgeous new clothes for everyone. Bright, flowy tops and dresses. Something perfect for Easter. Fun flare leg jeans and new styles and arrivals every day. New sweatshirts and shorts and tees by Royce, Ridge and Holler, and others. And little sleepies are here, all in an incredibly comfy, cute, and durable bamboo viscose material. All this and so much more that you just have to see this spring at the seasonal shop.
Right now, there's a man laying in my bed, by summer's end, I predict that I have finally lost my mind. And I could take you out tonight, I could lie and say you're the one, but I won't see you against the sun.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sayersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompson's, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
A little bit of a theme going on here this week for Your News Today. I hope you were here last night and saw the story on my cousin Alex Mortimer, of course, who ran the Boston Marathon. And if you missed it, Alex was in a report that made tragic nationwide headlines almost a year ago, just a little more than a year ago, when he and fellow teammates for Milligan University out of Tennessee were struck by a drunk driver and his friend and teammate killed. He was seriously injured and required multiple surgeries, and he's recovered and ran the Boston yesterday in 2 hours and 25 minutes or something. A wonderful time. And we have a lot of other sports-related news tonight. And tonight, it is MMA. Yes, MMA fighting, where we now have a McGoffin County competing on that level. In his debut fight just this past weekend, Mr. Austin Collins, who is fighting out of a camp in Tucson, Arizona, where he resides with his girlfriend, fellow McGoffin County, and Dakota Salyer. And it is where they live now while she attends school. I think working on her, as he told me, plant pathology PhD, by the way, where he is training hard, daily, in hopes of becoming a professional MMA fighter.
Now you're about to see a fun, exciting, fast-paced fight. These guys are flyweights, my favorite division, because these guys can go longer. Ooh.
Oh, nice punch there by Austin. He just threw that nice straight left right down. Both nice leg kick there.
Austin Collins in the red shorts with the gold trim. The grandson of local photographer Jim Arnott, who I think pretty much sums up that, right? Everyone knows Jim, and Jim's been keeping me up to date on Austin's path here for quite some time and how it's led to one of his major goals being achieved, and that is becoming an MMA fighter with hopes of achieving more and becoming professional at a point in his career. And he says he is devoting all of the time he has to doing just that. This was his debut fight just this past weekend, taking on Matthew Hastings in the Rise of the Prospects in the Cage Series in Tucson, Arizona. My first question being, what inspires one to do such a thing?
Whenever I was 16, still the only thing I played back then was baseball. So I was just kind of chilling at home one day, and I saw Conor McGregor on the TV for something. I just saw a short little clip, and I thought he looked pretty interesting. And then I get on YouTube, and I find all these cool highlights that he had, and him talking all this crap and backing it up. and I was just completely enthralled by the guy. I just thought he was like a superhero. You can ask any of my buddies back then that I was hanging out with. That's all I talked about from the time I was 16 until I was out of high school. And so around, I'd say once I got to college, like, I was like a super fan of the sport for like 3 years. I just liked to watch it, really. Just thought it was fun to watch and thought it was really cool. But around that time, whenever I was in college, I was kind of realizing that, like, I didn't like any of the stuff that I was trying to do. Like, I was, I tried being a history major, didn't think it was cool. Tried geology, I wasn't smart enough. So I was, like, in a weird spot, and I was like, well, why don't I just try doing this thing that I know that I really like, which was fighting. So I ended up going to Richmond for, like, 3 months out of the year, all through college. Just whenever I could because I was so busy still trying to get my degree. And I ended up doing that until I got out here. And then once I got out here, I just went full bore, all my time devoted to it.
So you started off in a different, and forgive me, I'm going to say regiment before you got into MMA, because I know I saw that fight. What was the process? How did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I did, I focused on striking, which was like the stand-up part of the game, because, that's always what I thought was cooler, right? Because Conor McGregor, he doesn't grapple much. He's more of a striker. And I always thought that it was just the funner part of the game to watch and just do generally. So the first gym I went to, I did most of my classes were just striking, which is Muay Thai. So that's just like elbows, knees, kicks, punches. And but I knew that eventually I wanted to do MMA, and if you do MMA, you have to be able to grapple. Like, if you can't grapple, you're just going to get taken down and beat up. So my first fight out here was a Muay Thai fight, just to get my feet wet and just get used to getting hit really hard in that kind of a environment. And the first one didn't go that well. Like, I did all right. It was like a 50-50 bar fight, basically. But I knew that if I was like more focused, that I could basically not get hit by a lot of these guys. And in this fight that I just had, it went about as good as I could have hoped.
So what is the goal with this?
Eventually go pro and just be able to make a living doing this. Even if that means eventually just becoming a coach and helping people learn, get into what I like. But the whole goal is to do good as an amateur, make a name for myself. Then from the time I'm like 26 to 33, 34, I want to make a decent amount of money from it. Then after that, I want to teach people how to fight.
How often? How much? So this is a full-time gig for you, essentially. I know you have employment, but this is essentially still a full-time gig for you.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So I still work. I'm working at Target right now just to have some extra money. But I also work at my gym as the front desk guy. So I got 2 jobs. Like right now, I work 6 days a week, but half of it's at the gym anyway, so it doesn't really feel like work.
What's next? What on your schedule? How does this work from here?
Plan is I'd like to do 4 fights a year going forward, like that every 3 months. Sound like that's if things come out clean, because it's hard to come out of a fight clean, honestly. You normally end up banged up pretty good. I came out with only my shin hurting really from kicking the guy so much. So that's the only injury I got to get over. But I'm looking to get back in the cage in July. Just excited to get back in there and excited that people back home were enjoying it. That's part of the reason why I got into it too, is because not a lot of people. There's not a lot of fun stuff going on sometimes in Goffin County, and it's nice to see somebody just doing something that they're into, and I want people to get inspired by that and just see that they can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be some traditional route. You don't necessarily have to go to college to find something that's going to bring you fulfillment. And I'm kind of living the dream now, even though it ain't paid off completely yet, but it's cool enough as it is anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for their decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-26, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. And fighting out of the red corner, Austin Collins!
The rest of the sporting news I have, we're going to check in on Conley Racing, seeing how they did at the Rockingham in North Carolina this past weekend. That's coming up, and a few other things as well that we'll be kind of looking at sports-wise. With that said, let's take a quick look at your weather forecast. Beautiful again and again, cold air on the other side of it.
No major changes to be made to your Licking Valley 7-day, but there are always changes. We have some frosty nights and mornings ahead, and we have some warm days as well. Let's begin with tonight, where we'll see continued mostly clear skies, as you saw over my shoulder. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour off and on, and about 36 degrees should be where we bottom out tonight. That means we'll see a little patchy frost in the a.m. between 7 and 8 a.m. Otherwise, a beautiful day in the neighborhood tomorrow. 81, sunny on your Wednesday. Winds again kicking up out of the west-southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. So we'll chalk it up as a breezy, beautiful Wednesday in the store. Ditto for your Thursday. That's the peak temperature-wise. We'll top out in the mid-80s Thursday. We'll do so with mostly sunny skies and breezy conditions again. Winds picking up a little more, up to 20, 21 miles per hour out of the southwest. So a little bit of a breeze going on, mid-80s and a lot of sun, no complaints. A beautiful Thursday. Friday's not all that bad. I mean, we're going to see close to 80 degrees. We'll top out 79, maybe 80. We'll see partly sunny skies. Shower chances. Our next scenario that I'll elaborate on in a little more detail when it gets a little closer gives us showers, chances to the tune of about a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. It'll start off maybe 40% after like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Friday night right now looks to be the window, so we'll start off really nice, and then by later afternoon, maybe before you get off work, we might see some showers and storms start to crank up. A low of 51 that night, and again a 60% chance of showers and storms that night, and then they will just kind of leave us with showers likely into the first half of your weekend. Watch what temperatures and conditions do here as we see, yes, the 70s and 80s most certainly are gone. 64, windy, and showers for your Saturday. More showers than sun, and 64 degrees and winds certainly to have to deal with. Sunday, and there's the cold one, 52 and 31. The sun makes a return. Will clear up, and the showers will move out, only a lingering 20% chance. And then it gets cold that night. 31 degrees gives us some frost Sunday night. Monday morning, we'll struggle to get close to 60 Monday with some frost, some sunshine in the middle. And the same for your Tuesday, starting off on a frosty note and hitting the mid-60s with some sunshine.
And that's going to wrap it up for this Tuesday. As you heard, nowhere close to wrapping it up with all the news that we have for you the rest of the week. So please, enjoy your night, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow for the next show. Thank you for watching.